Hello, everyone. My name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with the Red Ranger becomes an adventure in another world, episode 7. Let's just talk about manga, what it covers in the manga quickly, just simple, quick. It is essentially the last third or last half of chapter 8, and then all 9. It ends perfectly at the end of chapter 9. So if you're wondering where this takes place, yeah, it's a smooth, yeah, it's just basically 1.5 chapters, perfect, perfect ending, I would say, where they stop. So we got that covered. In terms of episode, this is an excellent episode. I would honestly say it's damn near perfect. There's a couple things. One thing is a more personal thing. The other is I would say, a slight misstep in terms of the manga. It's just a very minuscule detail. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But the main point of this episode is we get the introduction of Rania. She is a man. She is essentially our common writer of this world. And she proves herself to be a pretty interesting story. Interesting character for a couple of reasons. Something I read the manga and I didn't really piece it together. And it's one of those, I kind of read a little bit fast, so my mistakes on that part, but this nothing to do with you. Anyway, our adventure kicks off. The hero's going to meet the elves and discover that their mysterious power they have, which is, of course, as a man. The elves live in basically a forest, and there's a bit of misconception on Red part. He thinks it's a normal, traditional elven forest, big forest, lushy screen. But because of the demon lord and the demons and everything, it has evolved into basically a cactus forest, which is still very cool. And when he sees this, he's reminiscent of his rangers being with him. More specifically, Yellow, a teacher. We learned that she's a teacher. He's just woken up. He gets there. Everybody's kind of doing their thing, and he goes over to Yellow, and she's like, her name's Emily. She's pruning some cactus. Like, yeah, those cactus look lovely. They really match you. They'll keep guys away. Of course, she's not very happy at it. She roughs up his face, which he seems to really enjoy. He's like his fellow teamers say he takes it too far, but he knows what he's doing. He was having a good time. He was loved teasing her, and he loved getting the smack around. He's a good natured guy. Just have a little fun. Maybe try to say you should open up a little bit. It was good. But they're reminiscing, and soon after the girls are like, well, it's nice and cool in here, so let's show off our beautiful new outfits, which both Red and Loji are super ecstatic. They look excellent. We see a little bit of skin from Teltena, not too much, but just enough to entice. There's a scene later on when she gets chased by a man, where she kind of shows a little bit of her legs. It was very nice, very very good idea. But they're lurking around, and just some a wacko monkey man, I guess an afro elf comes steals Yidra away and starts banging on her butt like a monkey. Good can kind of interpret certain ways, even being having the afro and swinging on vines and everything, or jumping around the cactus. I'll let you make the inclusion what they were thinking about that. But yeah, and Red tries to go chase after him, but unfortunately he can't do flying business because the cactus poking. It's a very defensive measure. You could say the force is adapted to be more defensive, at least for some foes. But yeah, when that happens and they're going away, they get attacked by the other elven warriors, and when Loji defeats them, that's when a men makes her appearance. She's all very mighty and proud and everything. And the big moment, of course, is her being a man and fighting off Loji. These two have an excellent battle. It's really good. Now, the place I have a little bit of concern is, a little bit of differentiation, is that when a men goes into her falcon mode, as you can see here, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit for you from the manga. Whoops. Nope. Her falcon mode looks a lot better. It looks pretty good. Like, it's a lot fuller. It looks very much more Egyptian-like. I don't know. It just has a solid color. As opposed to the anime, which is a little bit different, but I'm not necessarily angry about it. So this is in her Falcon form, and just doesn't seem as majestic, as full as the manga counterpart. But I really like how the reddish orange blends everything together. It does have like a little bit more mechanical, I guess, mechanical taste to like texture to it. I don't know. The manga is definitely a lot more interesting. It's like a little bit more elaborate and a lot full. And like it feels like a proper Falcon, whereas this kind of feels like booster arms, I guess, a little bit. But I don't necessarily hate it. Now, the other thing that was a bit weird and I kind of found a bit strange is that Logi's sword in its fire form can actually fly like a booster pack. I'm like, okay, that's a bit interesting. I was not anticipating that. That seemed a bit weird, but okay, we'll deal with that. These two have a little bit of fight. I should mention that is after a little transformation, her boobs do jiggle, so they got the good fan service, whether or not she's in her normal state or in the or in her armor. Yeah, there's gonna be the jiggle figures. They live up to their name. While this is happening on, Reds catches up to the Bongo Man, and because he's not very fast enough, they use the technology from creating with the mana metal to warp right in front of him, and he captures him. They do have an extra scene where they show off Ydra and Red basically creating the bracelet that allowed that to happen. So yeah, they had a little extra detail. And once that's figured out, they go to these two, and they stop the fight like, hey, we're on the same side, everything, and they go to the village where everything is. Go to the village of Luxton, and they kind of basically talk about our problems. Now, a detail I didn't realize from reading everything is, and the anime, I thought this was a bit weird at the beginning with the anime. When we first meet her, she's all like super high and proud and everything. He's like, yeah, I'm going to beat you guys. And then as soon as she's done transforming and, they're back in the village and everything, she has this very timid personality. He's like, I got to wear a mask to hide my true emotions. I'm very a very kind of humble person, a little bit bashful. It's like, and they're both adorable. I'm like, I kind of, and when I heard the voice, I heard her deep voice. I'm like, that seems a bit odd. Like, even though I've been kind of flashing through the manga, I mean, I've sort of been reading it, but not paying too much attention to her character. I'm like, that deep voice seems off. And then realize, oh, she's putting a mask on. She's putting a persona on. It's like, and you just see this timid face. I'm like, oh, that's cute. She's she of course was waifu material, but now she's really waifu material. She's got a nice calming personality. Nothing to say that's wrong. That's either with Teltana and Ydra. There's also a moment between Ydra and Red that I'll let you watch on your own, but they do add a little extra scene about him being a bit ignorant. I think it was a little bit funny, but it involves a certain ring finger. I should just mention that, but that was cool. Anyway, they tell about their problems, and they see that Red was predicted 1,000 years ago to come and pass. Interesting how things are connected. We'll see later, but Red's more interested in who the Prophesier was, because it reminds him of a certain silver-haired lady, the Sixth Ranger, so to speak. Yeah, he reminds him of someone special. He doesn't care about the warrior or the sidekick or anything. It's like he's more concerned about the Prophesier. That's got his interest, because that's the guy. That's the person who that just reminds me of everything. Like I said. Anyway, and the episode ends with the main villain, the new prince of Lord Kyukia, and his minions surrounding. They're about to attack the village. So we'll see that in chapter 10. On 10, they'll be doing the battle. It's up to we got some good fights ahead. And I gotta say, this episode, like I said, was really good. I love Amen was just designed beautifully. I love the colors of choices. The blue, kind of like the more purplish blue, and it works really well with the Egyptian aesthetic. And like I said, I also love the red. Everything worked super red. Now, my other little minor complaint, because we know this is a Kamen Rider girl, where's the henshin? Seriously, we don't. When she throws her amulet into her purse morpher, like, or purse belt anyway, she doesn't say henshin. I'm like, where the hell is this? Like, it's just a small thing. I mean, fans are gonna, if you love Super Sentai, you love Kamen Rider, you're gonna expect that henshin. The fact that it wasn't there was just a small disappointment. Like I said, just a me personally thing. I know Red doesn't do it, but still, it'd be nice to have it. I mean, Digimon, like when Digimon in Japanese version, when they transform, they say henshin. No, they do Shinkai. Never mind. Ignore me. But yeah, I wanted the henshin part. That's what I mean. Because it would add a nice touch. Obvious that it's Super Sentai. But with that, I'm going to end the episode. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Definitely check out this episode. I'm going to repeat, this is the superior version to the series. If you're going to get into Red Ranger, definitely watch the anime. The manga is good, but just the anime adds so much to it. The colors, the extra bonus scenes. The animators did a wonderful job, and they know what they're doing. The studio wants this to be the superior version, and I gotta give it credit where it's due. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time for episode 8 next week. Have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.